It's just mistake after mistake after mistake. I can't seem to get this stream running. I got it up and running for a few, and then it crapped out on me because I couldn't get my camera working. And then the second time I got my camera working, and I left it on this freaking screen. So I'm playing a game and I'm doing character voices, and you're just looking at my face. Like, what exciting fucking content! Like, just look at this freaking internet goofball dicking around while he is playing. Don't actually show the game. This is avant-garde Twitch streaming. Don't show the game. Just show the player. That's what the kids want. And so then I was informed, thankfully, by my friend Laura and my other friend Yeet. Were like, hey, we can see you, but we can't see the game. And I'm like, oh, eh. So then I shut off the stream. I start the stream again, and I didn't have my fucking mic on. So this is just, this is the kind of stream this is going to be, I guess. It's 12:20. That's 20 minutes after I intended to start streaming. And I guess maybe I went in a little flustered. I don't know, but I'm gonna get this. We're gonna get this started. It's gonna be fine. Everything is fine. Nothing is wrong. It's all good. There's the game. It's all happening right before your eyes. Like, oh my fucking god. All right. I got my headphones on. I got my brown shirt, so I blend in perfectly with my chair. I'm just a floating orange head. Detect gamepad changes. Sweet. Alright, so last time on Chrono Trigger, Chrono got blown to shit, and Marl was just super bummed out about it, but she's convinced he's still around, even though she saw him atomized before her very eyes. So, it's you. Magus. Behold, everything's at the bottom of the sea. Gone is the magical kingdom of Zeal, and all the dreams and ambitions of its people. I once lived there, but I was another person then. A dimensional warp. This is power beyond human control. No, we'll be dragged into the warp. Shara! No, Janice, stay away. But... It's a trap. A time gate? No! Shara! Janice! Anus! With a J! I'm halfway there myself. So that's where he ended up. That's where he ended up. This is... Hey. Nothing here. This must be the end of time. Boo! So you remember when I did all this? And now Tali's here. Tali's like, what are all these weird Testing. Testing. Okay, it's working. It's deliciously ironic that it should say raiding the fridge right after I go to check on my girlfriend who just threw up. Uh, like, yeah, oh man, I'm hungry. I gotta put something in the old stomach. No, but she's all right. As you know, Indigo had jaw surgery the other day, and they put her on an antibiotic, and the antibiotics always screw with her stomach. So her jaw is healing nicely. No bruising, no nasty anything like that. But apparently her stomach is not too thrilled with life at the moment. So that sucks. But she said she's okay, so I'm gonna start streaming again. I gotta check in on the baby. I'm gonna check in on the baby. Gotta take good care of the baby. That's the rule. Get my little microphone here. Alright, hang on. There's my game. And then my game, I guarantee, will need me to check my input again. There we go. Alright, ready? Being from the future, my knowledge of the past enabled me to convince the Queen that I was a mighty oracle. But no history book could have prepared me for what had happened here. Unimaginable is the power of Lavos. Anyone who dares to oppose it meets certain doom. At this rate, you too will meet a hideous fate, just like that poor fool Chrono. You dare to insult him? He's history. Play with fire, and you get burned. Magus, hold thy tongue. You wish to fight me? You can fight him, and you can beat him. But there's no damn point. And he can be a powerful ally. Vanquishing thee will neither return Chrono nor Cirrus. Wait. I'll come with you. Treachery. You know, there just might be a way to bring him back. Nonsense. Gaspar, the Guru of Time, knows how to restore lost or misplaced time streams. I love that he walks, but he doesn't run. He just flies. Magus is actually ridiculously powerful, too. But he's not the leader of the group. Marl is the leader of the group. And that is as it should be. What's that? We're getting some interference from an enormous gate. It can't be. Lavos? That's... The sunken city rises. It hovers. I think they're calling us. It feels like we're gonna get sucked in there. The Undersea Palace. This is impossible. Not only impossible, but stupid. An anonymous gifter is gifting 1 tier sub to Narkloff's community? Narkloff, or Nyguy, has just gotten a 1 tier sub. Nice! A tier 1 sub, I mean. Awesome. I don't know who that was, but thanks. There we go. I was gonna say there's a way to teleport. I'm not going in there yet. I got better shit to do with my time. We're going to the end of time. Alright, Gaspar. I know your deal. Hey, where's that healthy kid with the radical haircut? This is terrible news. I have nothing to give you but this song. It's called Memories of Chrono. Mighty kind of an anonymous gifter. Agreed. I wish I could lend a hand. We're looking for the Guru of Time? The Guru of Time, eh? Heard of him, of course, but, what do you want with him? Stardew? He knows how to bring Chrono back. To bring back lost loved ones. It's what everyone wants. Chrono must be proud to have friends like you. Cut the crap, old man! I think it just auto-corrected. Like, that's just fucking auto-correct for you. Time egg. We're gonna bust all up in here, and frickin' Specchio's gonna be like, this guy already knows magic, what the fuck? Hey, that punk rocker hasn't been coming around lately. Phew. You hauled in a marlin here, kids. He could use Shadow. He could probably teach me a thing or two. Hi, looking for some practice? Sure, let's do it. All right. Well, fucking hell. He can teach you a thing or two, huh? You just obliterated him in one shot. Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah, that we were never getting away from that. Okay. I win. You definitely type steward? Nice. I play Animal Crossing for my cozy game fix, so I could not remember the name. That's okay. Indigo absolutely loves Stardew Valley. That's like her favorite game. She's logged like thousands of hours into it, so. Cut the crap, old man. Hey. Yeah? Here, take this with you. An egg? Is it hard-boiled or a 3-minute? Let us call that the Chrono Trigger. It is pure potential. By unleashing a specific course of events, it can have a powerful effect on time. Ask the one who made the epoch, your wings of time, how to hatch it. Like any egg, it represents a possibility. It may or may not hatch. But the Chrono Trigger gives you the potential to get your friend back. The egg will have an effect equal to the effort you put into your search. No more and no less. Don't forget that. As long as you keep Chrono in your heart, the day you're dreaming of shall arrive. I get it. It's you, isn't it? Wait a sec. Are you Gaspar, the Guru of Time? Well, I believe that's what they used to call me. Ages ago. Got one C trigger. I've dabbled, but the fishing made me angry. It's one I've never played. Love Animal Crossing, though. Schindler Cruising is how that came out on my first... Schindler Cruising instead of Animal Crossing? What the hell, guys? Let's get on board the Epoch. Full speed ahead. Let's go. Wait, what the fuck? It's here too? Oh, man. Well, that's a problem for me and the way that I live. We'll sit down here. No, I'm kidding. That'd be pointless. What's this? Geno Dome. No, 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 no. I'm not going in there. That's just going to be, like, disastrous. I can tell. I feel like you'd be a good voice actor. I thought it would be... I always thought it would be fun to be a voice actor. I don't know if I've got the chops for it, because you have to sit in a booth and do the voices for hours on end. And I feel like switching back and forth between the old man and, like, Magus's voice, for instance, is like, fucking painful. But there's like certain moments where I'm like, I don't think I should be doing this. It's not great. Sewer access. I don't want to go to the sewer. I want to go to this place. There we go. You know, the Sad Factory. Yes, it's called the Epoch. Thank you. Boom. But I would actually like to do voice acting, and I did, like, a couple of my friends did, we made a cartoon together, which was fun. Alright, they said ask the... Magic tab, sweet. Oh, that's right, his memories were transferred into this new. Okay, so he's got the new voice instead of being Balthazar's voice. On Death Peak, you will find the power to restore life. But to activate this power, the deceased must be important to the space-time continuum. And you must have a clone identical to that person. Only then can a Chrono Trigger work its magic. Need a clone? The magician Nolstein Beckler could whip one up in the wink of an eye. Beckler loves festivals. Find a festival, and there, too, you shall find Beckler. Alright. Well, I just happen to know where there is a festival, though it is not in this particular time period. Let's go. To the present. Fucking shit, it's here too. Can we open this thing? Pendant? Oh, neat. Cool. Anew. The seal has been broken. I will give you the treasure of the Guru of Reason. To the right is a weapon which increases strength. To the left is a protective gear which will guard your life. Choose whichever you feel you need, and take it with you. It's armor, thank you. 13,000 years was a long time. Balthazar, I shall see you shortly. You know you gotta get that guard stuff. The safe helm. Ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but it's a very good helmet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, compared to what I'm wearing. Cuts physical damage by 1/3. No brainer. Up against magic opponents? Alright, well then you're fucked. But what are you gonna do? Can't have everything. Where the hell's that fair anyway? Shippity bop bop way. Skip ba da bop bo. Squeed up bo. Beat up bop bo. This is the renowned Tent of Horrors. Spend your 3 silver points here. Parental discretion is advised. I feel like this guy's got the same voice as the new. Welcome to Norstein Beckler's lab. The spine-tingling show is about to start. So, you want a Chrono clone? Normally, I'd never do this, but today I'll make an exception. Challenge me, and I'll give you a clone. The longer you stay in the game, the lower my price will be. Okay. You don't have enough points. Get the fuck out of here, you losers. Alright. Take it easy. Press the A button while facing the bell. Judge your distance carefully and press A button again. Impressive. I'll put 1 silver point on your card. Impressive. I'll put 1 silver point on your card. I wish shopping worked like that. The longer we stay, the less the money. It'd be pretty sweet. This is the easiest way to get silver points. It's slow, but you're gonna get it. He says right before he fails to get it multiple times in a row. Alright, asshole. I got enough fucking silver points for you yet? You weird clown face mother... Welcome to Boys and You don't have enough points. How many points do I need? Alright, fine. I'm gonna go someplace where I can gain more points faster. You got a drinking challenge for me? Yeah? Alright. Where's that drinking challenge at? Hey, Gato. I'm gonna kick the crap out of you. Oh, earned 15 silver points? Yeah, I can whoop your ass in no time. Ready, big fella? Bonza. Let's do it again. You want me to leave? And then come back? They call me Gato. I have metal joints. Beat me up and earn 15 silver points. I lost and you won. Here's 15 silver points. Wow, wasn't that fun? I lost. You won. Here's 15 points. Wasn't that fun? There we go. It's a little bit more rhythmic. There's a dual tech on him. Light that robot's ass up! I lost. You won. Here's 15 points. Now wasn't that fun? We always, like, the first one, they call me Gato, I have metal joints, beat me up, earn 15 silver points. Like, that fits with the measure of the music that they did, but then the I lost, you won, here's 15 points, wasn't that fun, has always been a little bit on the awkward side for me. Alright, what did you want? You want me to have 50 points? If I have to come in here and talk to you another time, you fucking clown. We're gonna have a go. Mimic what you see. Left arm, right arm. Why? Oh shit! Well, I don't know which. I don't know which one is Y. Oh fuck! Now I need to remember on a. Okay, Y and A. Super Nintendo controller. Images. Okay, Y. All right, so it's left, right, Y, A. Y, they're like across from each other. Okay. Y is laugh, A is surprise. Okay. Shit. I'll take 30,000 G? The he took so much money for that clone. Oh my god. Okay. Left and right were very clear to me. Which one was the laugh and which one was the surprise? Perhaps I should have read it maybe one more time. Reading comprehension, like a 0 for today. That was that's the saddest shit I've ever done in my life. So we got the clone. I'm not happy with that, guys. Like, I want to load my game. I want to try it again. That was bullshit. I can do better. I'm convinced of it. All right, so we go to hey, this is what I'm gonna do when we like fast forward. Going to the future? We gotta go back. We've gotta go back! Back where? Back to the future! Dun, 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 dun. Skip on bump down bum. Skip down bam 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 mobile. Bum 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 bum. Let's go to the baby baby. Anybody who's just joining the stream at this point is going to think that I'm some sort of like weird savant. I don't know, like that, or they're going to think that I'm quite out of my mind. Either one, totally acceptable. Probably accurate. Might as well grab this thing while we're here. Want to know what I'm drinking? It's a combination of things. Sometimes you take a little bit of LaCroix guava, pour that in there. And then sometimes you take a little bit of San Pellegrino Aranciata Rosa, which I think is blood orange, and you pour that in there. The Aranciata Rosa is very thick, and I don't care for that. I don't want a soda. I want a seltzer. So as I was saying, I don't much care for soda, but I do like seltzer. So I just kind of thin it with a little bit of guava seltzer water. Comes out quite nice. Boom 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 boom. Oh boy, no, don't. We're not going in there. We're not going in there yet, kids. That's a story for another day. All right, hey, you know what we're gonna do this time, so we don't have to go through all of that over and over and over again. We're gonna go up here, and we're gonna save first. Then we're gonna go to Gato, and we're gonna beat the hell out of him a couple times. It's gonna be great. Past this old man because he gets in my way. I don't like that old man. He's a dick. Act as a witness against me in court. That's my robot noise. It's like a Squidward clone. Not quite what I was planning for. Hey, Jenny. How you doing? I'm just repeating behaviors over and over again in order to get things to happen. What's up, Hagnon? How are you? Wow, alright, the whole party's here. One more time. One more time how to do it. I'm doing pretty good. This is the stream that I could not get off the ground, but we finally got it up and running, and all seems to be well with the universe. So it's Chrono Trigger's a classic, and we're at the point where Chrono is super dead, and we are trying to bring him back to life using unholy necromantic technology. No, we're going to pop into time at the exact moment of his death and put a dummy in his place. Because that's what you do when your friend dies, you know? I mean, if you have control over time, then that's what you do. But I fucked it up last time, and I ended up paying a whole lot of money, and it was just... If there's one thing I can't stand, it's spending a lot of money. I'm Scottish, you see. So, alright, gonna take the challenge. Okay, start when you hear the signal. And action. Up. It's like Simon. Has the poopy puppykins? I'll take 10,000 G. We did better. We did better. You can actually, like, if you keep going with that thing, you can actually do, like, a good job. And I think he might even give it to you for free. He might even give you some shit at the end. I don't know. Do you want to try loading it again? From, like, right before? So don't have to go through all of that shit again. Let's try it again. I got a hankering for some extra shit. The Poopy Puppykins is doing fantastic, and if you'd like, we can take a short break to say hi to her. Let's see here. Pupper! Talizora! Talizora, where are you? Tally! Tally, ollie, ollie. Come here, Tally. There she is. Hello. Hello there. Hi. How are you? Come here, you. Oh, come here, you. Oh, you are a big one. Hello, pup. Hello. Can you say hello? Say hi, everybody. I'm Tolly. My name is Talizora. I'm a very good pupper. I climb up on Pat's lap, and sometimes I try to chew on his arm a little bit. Yeah. She's very, very dark. She's hard to see. Her features, her distinguishing features. Oh, there's the sweet face. There's the sweet face. What a good girl. What a good puppy. You got some belly rubs? Yeah. You get some belly rubs? Where's your toy? Where's your toy? Oh my goodness. There's the toy. There's the toy. Oh, 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 oh. So ferocious. So ferocious. Oh, so strong. Oh my goodness. Oh, oh no. She's a tough baby. That is a heckin' pupper right there. She's adorable, and she's just the sweetest. And I love her. Here, let's see here. Let's try to get this thing set up kind of here on like on a downward slant, I guess. Tally. Oh boy. Tally, come here. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. That out of the way. There we go. What's this? Come here. Oh goodness. Oh goodness gracious. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, it's just bouncing now. Oh, she's bouncing now. What are you doing? Come here. Come here, you. Yeah. Are you a tough pup? Are you one tough pup? Huh? Tali is, she's smart. She is sweet. She is very playful, extremely energetic. That's puppy energy you've got right there. She's also very, very good at being gentle now. When we first got her, I don't think she understood how strong her bite force was. And so we would be play wrestling and she would bite a little too hard. But now, yeah, now I seem to be able to grab the toy right near her mouth. And watch this. Oh my goodness, so ferocious. Watch this. I've got my finger in her mouth. Gentle. Gentle. Can you let go, please? Tali, please. Tali, please. Please let go. Please let go. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Gentle. Drop it. Okay, ready? So she is such a sweet baby. Hey Lynn, how are you? She's such a sweet baby. And we love playing with our puppy. And I love showing her off. Yeah, I do. I love showing off my pup. Look at this silly puppy. This silly pup. What's this? What's this? What is that? What is this thing? Huh? Huh? What is that? What a good girl. Look at this. Oh, what a good girl. I'm doing good, Len. Thank you. Actually got a good night's sleep last night. And I've had plenty of snuggles with Tali. We went for a walk yesterday, and she saw multiple dogs, and she got really scared. But she behaved herself pretty well through most of those incidences. She did bark once, and I was upset with her then because she's been really, really good about not barking at other dogs. But I guess 3 in one walk was just a little too much, and she still has a lot of anxiety around that. And that's when the dandruff started. So we had to rub away all the dandruff, because I should definitely make Tali Time one of the redeemable things. Yeah, we should make it so that you spend some stream points and we'll play with Tali. Fingers in your mouth and you're not biting them because you're so gentle with me, because you're such a sweet girl. See? Good pup. Good pup. Look how strong this puppy is. Oh, look how strong this puppy is. Because right now I'm just giving this away for free. You guys ought to be paying stream points for this. Bumper points. Oh, so strong. So strong. So strong. Okay, now let's go. All right. Good girl. Good girl. Okay, you can go see your mom? You can go see your mom? I gotta put my chair back, silly. Yeah, I gotta recombobulate my streaming arena. My streaming arena? It's an arena now, guys. I operate out of an arena. I don't know if you knew that. About me, I don't live in a normal home. I live in what the hell? Okay, you're gonna disconnect now? Got just about 93K to spend. Good lord. Well, at some point or another, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to introduce features that are interesting enough that people want to redeem them. I don't know. Tali Time seems like a good way to get people to spend those points. Oh my goodness. Are you just a prancing puppy now? Prancing puppy? Okay, so we got our Tully time. What the? Oh my goodness. Okay. We had Tully time. Frankly, I think it was a damn good time. Those times that we had. And now I need to... Beep, beep, beep. Okay. I need an HP Lovecraft story soon. That will be awesome. I haven't done a redeem of... Nobody's done a tome in a while. Let me see if I can do this. I'm going to try this one more time, and then we'll just accept the result that we get. Welcome to North Time Backless Spine. Take this out. Well, you want to call it a Chrono? I can do that shit, but you're going to have to give me a little bit of, take the challenge, and then I'm going to assume be able to happen to them. Maybe I'll give you some stuff shit for free. Got. After this. And action. Excellent. The clone will be at Chrono's house. Okay, so you get it for free. The dog is now licking my foot. She's just down here licking my foot. She knows what a camera is. Like, as soon as I face a camera towards her, she's like, never mind. I gotta go. She seems to know. What an odd duck. Alright, so we got the thing for free. That's an accomplishment. I am going to save my game. I'm going to have a Wii. And then I'm going to read you a story from H.P. Lovecraft. So hang in there, and I'll be right back. Also, it might be a good idea to have my microphone over here. I don't know. Call me crazy. Sorry. I thought I hit it. Welcome, my friends. And once again, we are going to read from our dark tome. At which point I noticed Tully was licking my hand, and I was like, "Are you going to lick the dark tome?" Uh, I'm going to give you a list of names of titles of chapters, and you guys can go ahead and tell me which one you want to hear. The Tomb. Dagon. A reminiscence of Dr. Samuel Johnson. I'd say Polaris, but Polaris is boring. It's a boring story. Beyond the Wall of Sleep. Memory. Old Bugs. The Transition of Juan Romero. The White Ship. Number 3? You can't say number 3. You have to tell me the name of the thing. I don't remember what I read third. I'm just picking names at random. Beyond Sleep thingy? Beyond the Wall of Sleep. Okay. Sam Johnson sounds cool. Yep. All right, well, that's the one who redeemed it. So we're going with Beyond Sleep thingy. That's what he wants. Beyond Sleep Thingy by H.P. Lovecraft. No, it's Beyond the Wall of Sleep. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me. That's a quote by Shakespeare. I have an exposition of sleep come upon me. Not the bard's most eloquently phrased sentence, but, here we are. I have frequently wondered if the majority of mankind ever paused to reflect upon the occasionally titanic significance of dreams, and of the obscure world to which they belong. Whilst the greater number of our nocturnal visions are perhaps no more than faint and fantastic reflections of our waking experiences, Freud, to the contrary, with his puerile symbolism, there are still a certain remainder whose immundane and ethereal character permits of no ordinary interpretation, and whose vaguely exciting and disquieting effects suggest possible minute glimpses into a sphere of mental existence no less important than physical life, yet separated from that by an all but impassable barrier. That was like one sentence. That whole thing was like one sentence. HP, tone it down. You're doing a little too much. From my experience, I cannot doubt but that man, when lost to terrestrial consciousness, is indeed sojourning in another and uncorporeal life, of far different nature from the life we know, and of which only the slightest and most indistant memories linger after waking. From those blurred and fragmentary memories, we may infer much, yet prove little. We may guess that in dreams, life, matter, and vitality, as the earth knows such things, are not necessarily constant, and that time and space do not exist as our waking selves comprehend them. Sometimes I believe that this less material life is our truer life, and that our vain presence on this terraqueous globe is itself the secondary or mere virtual phenomenon. It was from a youthful reverie filled with speculation of this sort that I arose one afternoon in the winter of 1900 to 1901, when to the state of psychopathic institution in which I served as an intern was brought the man whose case has ever since haunted me so unceasingly. His name, as given on the records, was Joe Slater, or Slader, and his appearance was that of the typical denizen of the Catskill Mountain region, one of those strange, repellent scions of a primitive colonial peasant stock whose isolation for nearly 3 centuries in the hilly fastness of a little-traveled countryside has caused them to sink to a kind of barbaric degeneracy, rather than advance with their more fortunate placed brethren of the thickly settled districts. It's impressive how H.P. Lovecraft could manage to be racist against his own race. It's just separating everybody into categories and talking shit. That's amazing. Among these odd folk who correspond exactly to the descendant element of white trash in the South, and that is a quote, white trash, law and morals are non-existent, and their general mental status is probably below that of any other section of the Native American people. Joe Slater, who came to the institution in the vigilant custody of 4 state policemen, and who was described as a highly dangerous character, certainly presented no evidence of his perilous disposition when I first beheld him. Though well above the middle stature and of somewhat brawny frame, he was given to an absurd appearance of harmless stupidity by the pale, sleepy blueness of his small, watery eyes, the scantiness of his neglected and never-shaven growth of yellow beard, and the listless drooping of his heavy nether lip. His age was unknown, since among his kind neither family records nor permanent family ties exist, but from the baldness of his head in front, and from the decayed condition of his teeth, the head surgeon wrote him down as a man of about 40. From the medical and court documents, we learned all that could be gathered of his case. This man, a vagabond, hunter, and trapper, had always been strange in the eyes of his primitive associates. He had habitually slept at night beyond the ordinary time, and upon waking would often talk of unknown things in a manner so bizarre as to inspire fear even in the hearts of unimaginative populace. Not that this form of language was all that unusual, for he never spoke save for the debased patois of his environment, but the tone and tenor of his utterances were of such mysterious wildness that none might listen without apprehension. He himself was generally as terrified and baffled as his auditors, and within an hour after awakening would forget all that he had said, or at least all that had caused him to say what he did, relapsing into a bovine, half-amiable normality like that of the other hill-dwellers. As Slater grew older, it appeared his matutinal aberrations had gradually increased in frequency and violence, till about a month before his arrival at the institution had occurred the shocking tragedy which caused his arrest by the authorities. One day What? An anonymous subscriber has gifted another gift tier to the who's giving out subs? Who's being all anonymous and giving out subs here? This is wild. Indigo just got a free sub. Fantastic. You could hear her from the other room go, woo! I don't know if you guys heard that. One day near noon, after a profound sleep begun in a whiskey debauch at about 5 of the previous afternoon, the man had roused himself most suddenly, with ululations so horrible and unearthly that they brought several neighbors to his cabin, a filthy sty where he dealt with a family indescribable as himself. Rushing out into the snow, he had flung his arms aloft and commenced a series of leaps directly upward in the air, the while shouting his determination to reach some big cabin with brightness in the roof and walls and floor, and the loud, queer music far away. That's a quote. As 2 men of moderate size sought to restrain him, he had struggled with maniacal force and fury, screaming of his desire and need to find and kill a certain thing that shines and shakes and laughs. At length, after temporarily felling one of his detainers with a sudden blow, he had flung himself upon the other in a demoniac ecstasy of bloodthirstiness, shrieking fiendishly that he would, quote, jump high in the air and burn his way through anything that stopped him, unquote. Family and neighbors had now fled in a panic, and when the more courageous of them returned, Slater was gone, leaving behind an unrecognizable pulp-like thing that had been a living man but an hour before. None of the mountaineers had dared to pursue him, and it is likely that they would have welcomed his death from the cold. But when several mornings later they heard screams from a distant ravine, they realized that he had somehow managed to survive, and that his removal in one way or another would be necessary. Pog? Are you saying Pog for the gifted subs, or for Slater's beating a man until he resembles a pulp? Pog champs. Fantastic. Let's see here. Then had followed an armed searching party whose purpose, whatever it may have been originally, became that of a sheriff's posse after one of the seldom popular state troopers had by accident observed, then questioned, and finally joined the seekers. On the third day, Slater was found unconscious in the hollow of a tree and taken to the nearest gaol, which I think means jail. Gaol? Gaol? Where alienists from Albany examined him as soon as his senses returned. To them, he told a simple story. He had, he said, gone to sleep one afternoon, about sundown, after drinking much liquor. He had awakened to find himself standing, bloody-handed in the snow before his cabin, the mangled corpse of his neighbor Peter Slater at his feet. Horrified, he had taken to the woods in a vague effort to escape from the scene of what must have been his crime. Beyond these things, he seemed to know nothing, nor could the expert questioning of his interrogators bring out a single additional fact. That night, Slater slept quietly, and the next morning he awakened with no singular feature save a certain alteration of expression. Dr. Barnard, who had been watching the patient, thought he noticed in the pale blue eyes a certain gleam of peculiar quality, and in the flaccid lips an all but imperceptible tightening, as if of intelligent determination. But when questioned, Slater relapsed into the habitual vacancy of the mountaineer, and only reiterated what he had said on the preceding day. Very thin pages in this book. I guess that's how you get a book this big with that many stories in it. On the third morning occurred the first of the man's mental attacks. After some show of uneasiness in sleep, he burst forth into a frenzy so powerful that the combined efforts of 4 men were needed to bind him in a straitjacket. The alienists listened with keen attention to his words, since their curiosity had been aroused to a high pitch by the suggestive yet mostly conflicting and incoherent stories of his family and neighbors. Slater raved for upward of 15 minutes, babbling in his backwoods dialect of great edifices of light, oceans of space, strange music, and shadowy mountains and valleys. But most of all did he dwell upon some mysterious blazing entity that shook and laughed and mocked him. This vast, vague personality seemed to have done him a terrible wrong, and to kill it in triumphant revenge was his paramount desire. In order to reach it, he said, he would soar through abysses of emptiness, burning every obstacle that stood in his way. Thus ran his discourse, until, with the greatest suddenness, he ceased. The fire of madness died from his eyes, and in dull wonder he looked at his questioners and asked why he was bound. Dr. Barnard unbuckled the leathern harness and did not restore it till night, when he succeeded in persuading Slater to don it of his own volition, for his own good. The man had now admitted that he sometimes talked queerly, though he knew not why. Within a week, 2 more attacks appeared, but from them the doctors learned little. On the source of Slater's visions they speculated at length, for since he could neither read nor write, and had apparently never heard a legend or fairy tale, his gorgeous imagery was quite inexplicable. That it could not come from any known myth or romance was made especially clear by the fact that the unfortunate lunatic expressed himself only in his own simple manner. He raved of things he did not understand and could not interpret, things which he claimed to have experienced, but which he could not have learned through any normal or connected narration. The alienists soon agreed that abnormal dreams were the foundation of the trouble, dreams whose vividness could, for a time, completely dominate the waking mind of this basically inferior man. With due formality, Slater was tried for murder, acquitted on the ground of insanity, and committed to the institution wherein I held so humble a post. I have said that I am a constant speculator concerning dream life, and from this you may judge of the eagerness with which I applied myself to the study of the new patient, as soon as I had fully ascertained the facts of his case. He seemed to sense a certain friendliness in me, born, no doubt, of the interest I could not conceal, and the gentle manner in which I questioned him. Not that he ever recognized me during his attacks, when I hung breathlessly upon his chaotic but cosmic world pictures, but he knew me in his quiet hours, when he would sit by his barred window, weaving baskets of straw and willow, and perhaps pining for the mountain freedom he could never enjoy again. His family never called to see him. Probably it had found another temporary head, after the manner of decadent mountain folk. By degrees, I commenced to feel an overwhelming wonder at the mad and fantastic conceptions of Joe Slater. The man himself was pitiably inferior in mentality and language alike, but his glowing titanic visions, though described in a barbarous and disjointed jargon, were assuredly things which only a superior or even exceptional brain could conceive. How, I often asked myself, could the stolid imagination of a Catskill degenerate conjure up sights whose very possession argued a lurking spark of genius? How could any backwoods dullard have gained so much as an idea of those glittering realms of supernal radiance and space about which Slater ranted in his furious delirium? More and more, I remember reading this story and thinking, yes, Lovecraft, we know you hate Eastern Europeans. He really is a prick, isn't he? It's not just Eastern Europeans; it's non-city folk, it's mountain folk. It's they've been out in the country and you're all inbred and nasty. Like he's just gross. I get it. Well, what are you gonna do? More and more, I inclined to the belief that in the pitiful personality who cringed before me lay the disordered nucleus of something beyond my comprehension. Something infinitely beyond the comprehension of my more experienced but less imaginative medical and scientific colleagues. And yet I could extract nothing definite from the man. The sum of all my investigation was that in a kind of semi-uncorporeal dream life, Slater wandered or floated through resplendent and prodigious valleys, meadows, gardens, and cities, and palaces of light, in a region unbounded and unknown to man. That there he was no peasant or degenerate, but a creature of importance and vivid life, moving proudly and dominantly, and checked only by one certain deadly enemy, who seemed to be a being of visible yet ethereal structure, and who did not appear to be of human shape, since Slater never referred to it as a man, or as aught save a thing. This thing had done Slater some hideous but unnamed wrong, which the maniac, if maniac he were, yearned to avenge. From the manner in which Slater alluded to their dealings, I judged that he and the luminous thing had met on equal terms, that in his dream existence the man was himself a luminous thing, of the same race as his enemy. The impression was sustained by his frequent references to flying through space and burning all that impeded his progress, yet these conceptions were formulated in rustic words wholly inadequate to convey them, a circumstance which drove me to the conclusion that if a true dream world indeed existed, oral language was not its medium for the transmission of thought. Could it be that the dream soul inhabiting this inferior body was desperately struggling to speak things which the simple and halting tongue of dullness could not utter? Could it be that I was face to face with intellectual emanations which would explain the mystery if it could, but learn to discover and... Oh my God, I'm sorry. Could it be that I was face to face with intellectual emanations which would explain the mystery if I could but learn to discover and read them? I did not tell the other physicians of these things, for middle age is skeptical, cynical, and disinclined to accept new ideas. Is it now, Mr. Lovecraft? Besides, the head of the institution had but lately warned me of in his paternal way that I was overworking, that my mind needed a rest. It had long been my belief that human thought consists basically of atomic or molecular motion, convertible into ether waves of radiant energy like heat, light, and electricity. This belief had early led me to contemplate the possibility of telepathy or mental communication by means of suitable apparatus, and I had, in my college days, prepared a set of transmitting and receiving instruments somewhat similar to the cumbrous devices employed in wireless telegraphy at that crude pre-radio period. These I had tested with a fellow student, but achieving no result, had soon packed away with other scientific odds and ends for possible future use. Now, in my intense desire to probe into the dream life of Joe Slater, I sought these instruments again, and spent several days in repairing them for action. When they were complete once more, I missed no opportunity for their trial. At each outburst of Slater's violence, I would fit the transmitter to his forehead and receiver to my own, constantly making delicate adjustments for various hypothetical wavelengths of intellectual energy. I had but little notion of how the thought impressions would, if successfully conveyed, arouse an intelligent response in my brain, but I felt certain that I could detect and interpret them. Accordingly, I continued my experiments, though informing no one of their nature. It was on the 21st of February, 1901, that the thing finally occurred. As I look back across the years, I realize how unreal it seems, and sometimes half wonder if old Dr. Fenton was right when he charged it all to my excited imagination. I recall that he listened with great kindness and patience when I told him, but afterwards gave me a nerve powder and arranged for the half-year's vacation on which I departed the next week. The fateful night, I was wildly agitated and perturbed, for despite the excellent care he had received, Joe Slater was unmistakably dying. Perhaps it was his mountain freedom that he missed, or perhaps the turmoil in his brain had grown too acute for his rather sluggish physique. But at all events, the flame of vitality flickered low in the decadent body. He was drowsy near the end, and as darkness fell, he dropped off into a troubled sleep. I did not strap on the straitjacket, as was customary when he slept, since I saw he was too feeble to be dangerous, even if he woke in mental disorder once more before passing away. But I did place upon his head and mine the two ends of my cosmic radio, hoping against hope for a first and last message from the dream world in the brief time remaining. In the cell with us was one nurse, a mediocre fellow who did not understand the purpose of the apparatus, or think to inquire into my course. As the hours wore on, I saw his head droop awkwardly in sleep, but I did not disturb him. I myself, lulled by the rhythmical breathing of the healthy... I've got to get back to work now, but thanks for the stream and story. Good to see you. Always good to see you, too. Thank you so much for coming in. Let's see here. I myself, lulled by the rhythmical breathing of the healthy and the dying man, must have nodded a little later. The sound of weird lyric melody was what aroused me. Chords, vibrations, and harmonic ecstasies echoed passionately on every hand, while on my ravished sight burst the stupendous spectacle of ultimate beauty. Walls, columns, and architraves of living fire blazed effulgently around the spot where I seemed to float in air, extending upward to an infinitely high vaulted dome of indescribable splendor even. Blending with this display of palatial magnificence, or rather supplanting it at times, in kaleidoscopic rotation, were glimpses of wide plains and graceful valleys, high mountains and inviting grottos, covered with every lovely attribute of scenery which my delighted eye could conceive of, yet formed wholly of some glowing, ethereal, plastic entity, which in consistency partook as much of spirit as of matter. As I gazed, I perceived that my own brain held the key to these enchanting metamorphoses, for each vista which appeared to me was the one my changing mind most wished to behold. Amidst this Elysian realm I dwelt not as a stranger, for each sight and sound was familiar to me, just as it had been for uncounted aeons of eternity before, and would be like for eternities to come. Then the resplendent aura of my brother of light drew near, and held colloquy with me, soul to soul, with silent and perfect interchange of thought. The hour was one of approaching triumph, for was not my fellow being escaping at last from a degrading periodic bondage, escaping forever, and preparing to follow the accursed oppressor even unto the uttermost fields of ether, that upon it might be a flaming, a cosmic vengeance which should shake the spheres? We floated thus for a little time, when I perceived slight blurring and fading of the objects around us, as though some force were recalling me to earth, where I least wished to go. The form near me seemed to feel a change also, for it gradually brought its discourse toward a conclusion, and prepared itself to quit the scene, fading from my sight at a rate somewhat less rapid than that of the other objects. A few more thoughts were exchanged, and I knew that the luminous one and I were being recalled to bondage, though for my brother of light it would be the last time. The sorry planet shell being well nigh spent, in less than an hour my fellow would be free to pursue the oppressor along the Milky Way and past the hither stars to the very confines of infinity. A well-defined shock separates my final impression of the fading scene of light from my sudden and somewhat shamefaced awakening and straightening up in my chair as I saw the dying figure on the couch move hesitantly. Joe Slater was indeed awakening, though probably for the last time. As I looked more closely, I saw that in the sallow cheeks shone spots of color which had never before been present. The lips, too, seemed unusual, being tightly compressed, as if by the force of a stronger character than had been Slater's. The whole face finally began to grow tense, and the head turned restlessly with closed eyes. I did not arouse the sleeping nurse, but readjusted the slightly disarranged headbands of my telepathic radio, intent to catch any parting message the dreamer might have to deliver. All at once, the head turned sharply in my direction, and the eyes fell open, causing me to stare in blank amazement at what I beheld. The man who had been Joe Slater, the Catskill decadent, was now gazing at me with a pair of luminous, expanded eyes whose blue seemed subtly to have deepened. Neither mania nor degeneracy was visible in that gaze, and I felt beyond a doubt that I was viewing a face behind which lay an active mind of high order. At this juncture my brain became aware of a steady external influence operating upon it. I closed my eyes to concentrate my thoughts more profoundly, and was rewarded by the positive knowledge that my long-sought mental message had come at last. Each transmitted idea formed rapidly in my mind, and though no actual language was employed, my habitual association of conception and expression was so great that I seemed to be receiving the message in ordinary English. Joe Slater is dead, came the soul-petrifying voice or agency from beyond the wall of sleep. My opened eyes sought the couch of pain in curious horror, but the blue eyes were still calmly gazing, and the countenance was still intelligently animated. He is better dead, for he was unfit to bear the active intellect of cosmic entity. His gross body could not undergo the needed adjustments between ethereal life and planet life. He was too much of an animal, too little a man, yet it is through his deficiency that you have come to discover me. For the cosmic and planet souls rightly should never meet. He has been my torment and diurnal prison for 42 of your terrestrial years. I am an entity like that which you yourself become in the freedom of dreamless sleep. I am your brother of light, and I have floated with you in the effulgent valleys. It is not permitted me to tell your waking earth self of your real self, but we are all roamers of vast spaces and travelers in many ages. Next year I may be dwelling in dark Egypt, which you call ancient, or in the cruel empire of Tsan Chan, which is to come 3,000 years hence. You and I have drifted to the worlds that reel about the red Arcturus, and dwelt in the bodies of insect philosophers that crawl proudly over the fourth moon of Jupiter. How little does the earth self know of life and its extent! How little indeed ought it to know for its own tranquillity! Of the oppressor I cannot speak. You on earth have unwittingly felt its distant presence. You, who without knowing idly gave to its blinking beacon the name of Algol, the Daemon Star. It is to meet and conquer the oppressor that I have vainly striven for aeons, held back by bodily encumbrances. Tonight, I go as a nemesis, bearing just and blazingly cataclysmic vengeance. Watch me in the sky, close by the Daemon Star. Watch me in the sky, close by the Daemon Star. I cannot speak longer, for the body of Joe Slater grows cold and rigid, and the coarse brains are ceasing to vibrate as I wish. You have been my friend in the cosmos. You have been my only friend on this planet, the only soul to sense and seek for me within the repellent form which lies on this couch. We shall meet again, perhaps in the shining mists of Orion's sword, perhaps on a bleak plateau in prehistoric Asia, perhaps in unremembered dreams tonight, perhaps in some other form an aeon hence, when the solar system shall have been swept away. At this point, the thought waves abruptly ceased, and the pale eyes of the dreamer, or can I say dead man, commenced to glaze fishily. In a half stupor, I crossed over to the couch and felt of his wrist, but found it cold, stiff, and pulseless. The sallow cheeks paled again, and the thick lips fell open, disclosing the repulsively rotten fangs of the degenerate Joe Slater. I shivered, pulled a blanket over the hideous face, and awakened the nurse. Then I left the cell and went silently to my room. I had an insistent and unaccountable craving for a sleep whose dreams I should not remember. The climax? What plain tale of science can boast of such a rhetorical effect? I have merely set down certain things appealing to me as facts, allowing you to construe them as you will. As I have already admitted, my superior, old Dr. Fenton, denies the reality of everything I have related. He vows that I was broken down with nervous strain and badly in need of the long vacation on full pay, which he so generously gave me. He assures me, on his professional honor, that Joe Slater was but a low-grade paranoiac, whose fantastic notions must have come from the crude hereditary folk tales which circulate why? Come on. Which circulate even in the most decadent of communities. All of this he tells me, yet I cannot forget what I saw in the sky the night after Slater died. Lest you think me a biased witness, another's pen must add this final testimony, which may perhaps supply the climax you expect. I will quote the following account of the star Nova Persei, verbatim, from the pages of that eminent astronomical authority, Professor Garrett P. Serviss. Quote, on February 22nd, 1901, a marvelous new star was discovered by Dr. Anderson of Edinburgh, not very far from Algol. No star had been visible at that point before. Within 24 hours, the stranger has become so bright that it outshone Capella. In a week or two, it had visibly faded, and in the course of a few months, it was hardly discernible with the naked eye. Sorry, Dolly, didn't mean to scare you. That man become a star in the sky, and he burned out Algol, and then he burned himself out. He's gone now. What a long, strange trip it's been. That's some tasty juice right there. Are you happy with your selection beyond the veil of sleep? I want to do something darker and spookier next time. I'm trying to find one that's like genuinely unsettling. Something slightly less racist would be great too, but you know, kind of hard to find those with good old Lovecraft. Anyone who's not me should die. Seemed to be his personal philosophy. They don't look like me. They don't smell like me. They don't talk like me. Kill them all and let God sort them out. He seemed to say. Reminded me a bit of the series Lovecraft Country. I really need to watch that show. Like, no doubt in my mind, need to check out Lovecraft Country because it seems like it will be right up my alley. But let's get back to Chrono Trigger. Da 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 Okay. So, we got our thing. Let's go to Chrono's house. Hey, what's up, cat? Meow. Hello, that cat. Oh, hello. Is Chrono okay? Yeah. Just fine. I hope he's behaving. Tell him to be good. Alright? Listen. I... I mean... Yes, dear? We'd like to borrow this doll for a bit. Go right ahead, dear. I'm gonna grab the doll. No, I'm kidding. Grab this doll. You got the clone. The clone of Chrono? The Chrono? Stay out of trouble now. We're gonna get Chrono out of trouble. Don't worry, ma'am. Alright, now we gotta go to the top of Mount Doom or whatever the hell it's at. Vi ska klatra oss upp på Mount Doom. Well, shit. Guess we'll have to be a little bit more careful. I got a power tab. Well, what are we supposed to do about that? Maybe this guy knows something. They'd be like, oh, you got a clone, huh? Well, you gotta climb up that mountain. Unfortunately, there's wind and shit. Well, I don't know how to deal with that. I'm a scientist, not some sort of weatherman. Yes. Enough. The time has come for you to attempt Death Peak. It's the only chance you have of reviving your friend. The last program No, I don't want him to have that voice anymore. I've decided that News no longer have that voice. That voice belongs to Heckler or Deckler or whatever the hell his name was. This guy is going to have the voice of that guy from Monty Python who says, instead of saying the knights who say knee, and then he's like, no. So it's going to be like, the last program I've implanted in this creature's memory banks will help you up the mountain. Stand back. Executing program. Executing program. Executing program. The 3 entities you saw will help you climb Death Peak. This ends my message. Now I must ask you for a favor. This creature has executed its program. Please let him sleep. The switch is on his stomach. Okay, well, we done turned him right off. The new apparently is robotic in some way. It's odd because they've been around since Prehistoria, so I'm confused about that creature and how it works, but that's fine. Walk when the wind dies and hide behind trees when it blows. Oh, okay. So you become... Oops. I kind of preempted it there. Eh. Damn it. I'm God, what are those? Crackers? Oh no. Life-stealing crackers. That's written very Norse. Kraker. And magisk sovnet. A magic ring. I also want to do... Okay, so here's a crazy idea that I've got going on. What if there is a redeemable button where it says, like, Pat must try to speak Norwegian for the next 5 minutes? Like, so I'm playing the game, and I would say the stuff in English as well, but then I would say it in Norwegian, so that, because I want to get better at my Norwegian. I wish to improve my norsk. I had the idea of doing like a language stream where I just like krok equals stool. So krokker is multiple stools. Yeah, I guess they're not Norwegian monsters. That Well, that's unfortunate. Oh no, not a specter. Spookin'. Macabre. And stool is a chair. And crock is a stool. Now you guys are just fucking with me on purpose. Not the Crimson Rain. Hey, that spell really sucked. Alright, it's fine, I'll go in the cave. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that a tiny Lavos? Jesus. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we really are gonna need some healing here, huh? Like, quite a lot of it? We're dead. That's gonna kill us. Right there. Fucking hell. I was not expecting to run into, like, a child of lava. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. I was really, really not expecting to run into lava spawn there. That fucking sucks. You know what? It occurs to me that maybe before I go get Chrono back, I might want to gain some experience. I might want to level up a little bit. I might want to fight with this team a little bit more. Because I feel like I'm getting my ass absolutely handed to me here. And I don't like the feeling. The feeling kind of sucks. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do some fighting. I'm going to try to level up a little bit. See if I can't... I don't know. Get a little bit better. Because, like, we don't even have any dual attacks with Magus yet, or anything. Like, he's not... We're not really ready to party with him, you know? Where would I go to fight the most powerful enemies? I don't want to go back to the top of that fucking mountain. I remember the mountain that I was fighting on the last time I played, when it was like a misty mountain top, and it had like the howling wind noise. It just went on forever. It was dreadful. I'm not doing that again. I gotta go someplace where there's some pretty bad folks, and I gotta fuck it up proper. It's not the prehistoric era. The Dark Ages. The Dark Ages? Wait, what's the difference between the Dark Ages and the Middle Ages? Oh, okay. This is the Dark Ages. This is the era before time. Got it. Or the era before we lost magic. I'm not going in there. That's no good. Do I really want to go fight here? I don't think I want to go fight on Black Omen, do I? Alright, let's find out. Oh, that's cool. There it is, floating around on there. Y'all gonna hit her? Oh, okay. Well, that's fun. Well, the door sucks, huh? Oh, Luca's about to bite it. Looks like to the right and left of the main door, there are little tiny leprechaun doors. They have just like little mouse holes for Jerry to run in to get away from Tom, you know? You see what I'm saying, right? What do you mean Dark Ages? Less light, he says. Did the laser gun just shoot itself? Alright, this is apparently where you go if you want to fight some tough people, because the door kicked my ass. Like, we walked away from it, so cool, but like, did you really just disconnect on me, you stupid thing? This control, I don't know what the hell, I don't know what it wants. It confuses me. Shwing. Love the soundtrack on this place. Fantastic. Oh, what's up?
Fools! Haven't you learned your lesson? We are immortal. We shall live forever with Lavos, who devours this planet even as he sleeps. Draining this planet's power, Lavos will rule the world in a mere 14,000 years.
A mere? That's quite a long time, ma'am.
The Black Omen is a path which leads to Lavos. It is a shrine which provides us with limitless power. As long as the Mighty One reigns, your dreams are hopeless.
What the hell is that, even?
You should sacrifice yourself to the mighty Lavos.
That's fun. That's a fun attack you just did there. Lightning seems to work. Stop shooting each other, goddammit. Surely there are better attacks than this, though. Come on. Haste yourself. Blacken. Oh, wow, that one really hurts. Okay, guys, here's the thing, guys. That's fun, but I'm gonna need you to really go ahead and cure yourself. Can you feed Tolly? No, you can't. You're invisible. Indigo has just come into the room and she's like, can you see me? Like, no. No, you're good. Holy shit. That guy just, like, made a... He just fucking killed her. 500 something damage in one shot? Fuck you. Alright, this is now like a game of survival. Come on. You can do this. Okay, this thing sucks. Mutant gas sleep. This is so bad, guys. This boss is going to kill me. This horrible, like, tentacle whale that I'm fighting is... It attacks so often, too. Her. Oh my god. If you didn't die from that, I'll be amazed. Oh my god, okay. Alright. Fuck me. Alright, so yeah, that's definitely the place that you go to fight high-level enemies. Oh, I need to do... What? Do you want me to just go... Oh my god, I have to go... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. Hi, Chrono's mom, how you doing? Sad your son's missing, you haven't seen him in a while? Get a little freaked out about the fact you haven't seen your boy, and then all of us show up, and there's just some strange dude with blue hair showing up at your house, and then we're like, hey, can we borrow this freaking doll that looks just like Chrono? You know, the only thing you've got to remember him by, gotta go, see you later, everything's good. Bye, cat. Gotta go, sorry. Middle Ages. Go someplace where I can kill things, that there isn't like an invincible, insurmountable opponent. Where are we gonna go? Where are we gonna go where there's things like that? No, not here. Okay, well, can we go in this cave? Got a power tab. Cool. Whole group falls apart without Chrono in it. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that for free. Dark Age. It's fine. We're going to the top of that goddamn mountain again. I didn't want to do it. I really didn't want to do it, but I'll do it. Is that mountain even a thing anymore? Did I blow it up? I blew it up, didn't I? Those are the remnants of that mountain at the bottom of the sea. It's all gone. It's just this, isn't it? What about here? That's the Sun Keep again. I need to go someplace where I can kill stuff. You've got to realize that. We're going back to the freaking prehistoric ages. This is the only chance I've got. Is this also the Sun Keep? Yeah, it is. Is there anything in here? No, okay. Reptite layer? Any reptites left in here? Nah, but there's bugs. I'll fight bugs all day and all night. Evil Weevil? Take that. How dare you, sir? How dare you hit me with your own face? I won't stand for it. You know, is it just a name? How do we know they're evil? Maybe they're just big and gross. Go down the hall. Alright, we're going down the hall. This is it. This is what we do. Oh, nice. That should one-shot him. To death! $162 is not a great deal of experience, is it? Considering the fact that killing that door gave me several thousand. You're weirdly resistant to attacks, sir. You will die! He won't die. This creature is eternal. Oh, thank God. I got 147 experience though. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. What's up, ape? Winged ape? How about a little fire, Scarecrow? Well, the shiitake really did not like that. If I hit this ape with some ice. I feel like I just reach into the fridge, pull out a few cubes, and huck them at him, you know? Hit him with the napalm. Hit him with the napalm! Don't hit yourself. Oh my God. Let's just do fire too. That'll end everybody here. I cannot believe that fire 2 only did. You think you're fancy? You big fucking winged ape with horns on your head? That only did 195 damage. That's absurd. I just used a dual tech on him and it did nothing. You want to fight? Apparently these guys are only susceptible to physical attacks. And I did not say physical. I said fiscal. You've really got to go right after their bank account. It's the best way to take down a winged ape, just so you know. The hell? Oh, I don't want to go in there again. Oh, okay. So I can leave any time of my own volition. Nice. You guys are exotherms, right? How about a little exothermia? You're goddamn right fire kills them. In case you ever wondered. I like how Magus spends the predominant amount of his time adjusting his gloves, ever so slightly. He didn't even hit people with them. Doesn't make sense. Alright, big boy. I know what you're weak to. It's lightning. You're goddamn right. There we go. We'll fight in here until we're strong enough to beat the bad guys. I just need to level up a couple of times. It'd be great if there was like a, I don't know, some sort of a side quest or something that I could go on. Both Magus and Lucas seem to do some sort of a little pirouette when they are victorious in battle, so that's fun. Oh, God. At least I've got plenty of shelters now. Remember when I was down to like 3? Okay, well that sure was a whole pile of fun right there. Why don't we go ahead and move into a different era? Like, I don't want to go to the apocalypse. The future does not present us with very many opportunities, but okay. Alright, I figured it out. Don't go in that cave. That's my whole plan. The basis of my entire strategy is, at this point, don't go in that cave. Because I don't want to fight Lavos Jr. What I'll do is I'll go up that mountain, right? Now stick with me here. We'll go up that mountain. We'll do the things we're supposed to do as part of the storyline. But then we'll just walk backwards and we'll fight more of the enemies. That way we're fighting like the current enemies, like the enemies that are like at the most powerful possible level. Because going back and fighting dinosaurs, it seems like I'm just wasting time and not getting a hell of a lot of experience out of the whole thing. Boing. No. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No. This creature sleeps beyond the flow of time. Well, that's unnerving. Now, before we go up that there mountain, gonna go ahead and save. A puppy. Hi, pupper. How you doing? Are you so excited? Are you just having the best day? Oh, well, I just fell down a mountain. It's okay. It's okay. What a good girl. And it works really great. Gonna make it. Alright, so we'll just fight these things. They're easy enough to kill. And we probably get more, like, experience for killing them anyway. Way more experience for killing those things. Okay. So yeah, just don't go in that cave. Keep working on these awful cracker things. And hope that works out. The silver stud. What's that do compared to a magic ring? MP use cut by 50. Okay, well that's pretty freaking sweet, isn't it? Magus has an amulet. What does that do for us? Protect status. Oh my god, that's useful as hell. Alright, magic scarf. Magic +2. Might as well use the magic ring, right? But I'd rather have the sight scope on her. Makes more sense with her character anyway. Bum, bum, squam, bum. Nice. Double hit. Yeah, 756 experience just for killing 2 of them. That's way, way better than what I was getting for dicking around with dinosaurs. So, don't go in the cave, don't go in the cave, don't go in the cave, don't go in the cave. How does everybody like fire? I reckon that's killed everyone. Yes, it has. 1561 for experience. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. I don't even need to save there. That's pointless. Why is there all this stuff that's like, I can't actually reach it? This is where I'm not going through that cave. It's not gonna happen. I'll kill these ghosties. How dare you, sir? That is a lady. So unfortunately, it's just kind of this for a while, I guess. So how's everybody feeling? Having a grand old day? Tully has now been fed and is being taken outside by Indigo. Finally arrived in your humble abode? Nice. I always find it very nice to get home. I guess I'm kind of a homebody. Oh, nice. Yeah, we were talking about that. I mean, part of me is like I would much rather work from home, and then the other part of me is like, I think I would go a little stir crazy. And still in the honeymoon phase in terms of the home office. I don't think that the shine wears off of that particular diamond. I think working from home is just going to be a good time if you're the sort of person who likes that. Again, with me, I feel like I'd have a lot of trouble actually, like, getting my work done. I feel like I'd be easily distracted. I would be prone to just sort of, like, hanging out. But then again, I suppose if the work were something that I found genuinely engaging, then that wouldn't be the case. It's hard to say. I think if they let me work from home as much as I want, I would kind of binge for about 2 months or so and do it every single day, and then doing like a hybrid thing. So I get to meet my colleagues a bit. They're good people and also very good at what they do. Yeah, and that's another thing is like, yes, I'm 100% done with humanity, and yet at the exact same time, like I know me when I go into my work and I interact with like clients and stuff. They're fun. We have fun. It'd be a different story for me. Can't really fix an airplane or helicopter from home. That's true. It's true. You can only do about half of my job from home. And the other half you absolutely cannot do from home. So I Like, you would think just entering clerical records, answering phone calls, sure, but no, I get up out of my chair and run down to the treatment floor and talk to doctors live. Oh, shit. I didn't bother to heal my characters at all. You just had to kill Luca, didn't you? It occurs to me now that I was completely neglecting my character's health. Wasn't paying an ounce of attention to it. There's a lot of complications around having a hanger that I'm not keen about. I wouldn't know. It seems like, yeah, it seems like that's a lot. There's got to be a massive number of regulations and stuff on them, too. Over 9,000! Have you ever seen the music video of that where it's like, it's over 9,000, over 9,000, over 9,000, 9,000, 9,000, 9,000, and then they just keep going. Chomp on me with your damn gross mouth. I'll show you what happens to people who chomp on me with a damn gross mouth. You cracker. You cracker-ass cracker. Yeah, before they attacked any of us. Just preempted that shit. See you later, boys. We just study laws around being a mechanic, and even that's a lot. I genuinely cannot... Did you really disconnect the controller? You gotta be kidding me. Why? Vegas learns Dark Bomb. There we go. Now we're starting to pick up some stuff. I want to learn a spell called Dark Bomb. Let's try it out. Cool. That does a ridiculous amount of damage. There's a ridiculous amount of clear water. Hello, Cedar. How are you? Oh, well, that was disappointing. Then again, you come over some weird shit. Well, I mean, especially if you're working with aeronautics and stuff. Again, there's so much going on, like, not just in terms of, like, this is a big machine. You have to be careful with this machine. But then it's like, this machine can take you across international borders. This machine can be flown into a building and kill thousands of people. Like, there's so many things going on with planes that, like, they really can't fuck around with. They can't take any chances with that stuff. Like, if the hull of a seaplane is under 900 kilograms, it doesn't have to be waterproof. Because it will float? Why is that? Why is those things? You don't know? But you're the guy. It just is. Well, alright. I might not have made it through aeronautics school. I feel like I'd just be like, but why? And they'd be like, because shut up. And I'd be like, not good enough, mister. And they'd be like, you're the one who's not good enough. Get the hell out of my classroom. On the contrary, if... Did you become disconnected again? Why? There. Now please be connected to things. I'm sure this is like the absolute most thrilling stream that you guys ever watched. It's just me walking through one room into another over and over again. I'm sure it's been a real blast. It's done it again. It's done it again. We would have school for many more years. Here's my theory, okay? I don't know if your classes are anything like American classes, but basically the level of apathy has grown so intense over here that I feel like professors are begging for any kid who shows any sign of investment. So when you're the question asker kid in the classroom, they're like, oh, thank Christ, somebody's here to keep the conversation going. Because I have 20 minutes of material and we have a 2-hour-long class. Like, the whole point is that you're supposed to ask questions. If I just tell you the rules, then, and you don't bother with, like, the theory or the explanations behind those things, what are we even doing here? What's the point? Does nobody care anymore? Why did I go into this job? So I really feel like the hand raiser is maybe not everybody else's favorite person in the classroom. But I think the professor likes a good hand raiser. As a personality archetype. That's my theory. That's how I'm going to continue feeling good about myself. Reason we only have to know of the laws that encompass us. Yeah, and I get that, but I think at some point or another, whenever there is a law, and that law's been on the books for a while, and people say, well, why are we doing it this way? And you say, well, that's the way we've always done it. It is worth questioning on occasion why. Why should people drive 30 miles an hour here instead of 60 miles an hour over there? Well, the answer to that is fairly clear, because this is a highly trafficked pedestrian zone, and you don't want to be driving as fast in case one of them spontaneously walks into the street. Like that's not a hard one to figure out. But like the airspace thing, what you were just saying, like if a plane doesn't have to be waterproof if it's under 900 kilograms, like is that if the plane is constructed of this material or that material? Could it be lighter if it were a different material, because that material is less subject to water intrusion? What about the seal rating? And like there's so many different factors involved in that one. That seems like such a weird blanket rule, and I'm guessing it applies because it is the minimum safe. Like for any of those factors, you go down far enough and that's it. That's the cutoff point. Like the weakest link there. The whether it was the seal pressure or whether it was the building material, whatever was most likely to leak at that point is lower, or lower enough that it doesn't matter anymore. But it's like, why is the rule there? And I'm that guy who's just always asking, like, well, how come? I think a lot of people fucking hate that. Luke is learning a bunch of shit over here. Alright, you are level 46. These guys are only level 41 and 42? What the hell? No wonder we got our ass handed to us. Oh, Hank, no, this isn't me. I'm not like trying to call you out. Like, well, how come? Like, I'm just saying, like, I'm I'm sure you are curious too. Like, why is that role the way that that role is? I'm not. This is not me like being like you don't ask questions. This is just me saying like I'm sure they do cover why it's important in most subjects, but there are certain things where you just can't cover it all. Like I get that. It's true. There are things teachers just flat out don't know. They're like, this is not my forte. That fool. No one thought. No one that young is supposed to leave this mortal coil. Need you not as horseman? Okay, let's get going. This would be like the whole rest of the stream if I did this. Just getting these characters up to snuff to go fight this shit would be the entire stream. It's just me walking in and out of the same area over and over again. That doesn't seem particularly stream worthy. That seems like a thing I should do off stream. Just to, I don't know, keep things fresh and entertaining. So I have an idea. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little break. I gotta pee. I gotta get some sort of snack, and then I'm going to come back and we're gonna play a different game. And then I'll do this grinding stuff off camera so that you guys don't have to watch it, because it literally is just me doing this over and over again. That seems like stupid. So hang tight. Be back. Love you.